All right, so I know this guy, and I know his topic, and I know where he's going with this topic because I know the story, and yet I still want to hear all of this. Let's go to Southeast Wisco. Chris in Southeast Wisconsin. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, Jim. How you doing today, buddy?
Good, dude. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Say, I just wanted to touch on a topic real quick today for you and the clones. I'm so glad to hear you give Tyler Herro, a.k.a. the Boy Wonder, some tick on your show. In spite of that geriatric hillbilly in the Houston area, referencing Southeastern Wisco as a bunch of losers, which I will address in more detail at a later date, I'm glad that the nation and the world now was introduced to Tyler Herro on the NBA's biggest stage. Jim, Herro comes from a small Division II high school in southeastern Wisco. He has played against the best players in the nation since he was a sophomore in high school, and despite being double and triple teamed during his ascent to the top, he dominated and never backed down. As an original commit to the University of Wisconsin and an overlooked four-star high school prospect, late in the recruiting process, Coach Cal made an appearance in southeastern Wisco to personally offer Herro every high school basketball player's dream, a full ride to UK. When he accepted legions of dirtbag social media clowns, immediately took a run at the then 17-year-old kid, sending him death threats on Twitter and wishing harm to him and his family. This did not rattle the battle-hardened Southeastern Wisco prodigy. It motivated him, Jim. Imagine if he had buckled to the pressure and stayed home to play at UW. Chances are he'd be living in some cramped dorm, going to classes online, and ordering Jimmy John sandwiches every day. Although UW is a great school, I think for a young man with aspirations to play in the NBA, it was smart to go play for Coach Cal and be pushed to the max. It maxed Tyler's potential, and he parlayed that into a lottery pick, making millions living and playing in Miami and doling out buckets by the bunches against the best players in the world. And all the bitter Madison and Wisco degenerates that didn't support our very own and spewed such disgusting hatred, get some, boys. Herro is on his way to being a star at 20 years old. Let it sink in and continue to marinate in your bitterness. Your lives are not changing. His has. War the Big Blue Nation dominating in the bubble. War Hawk considering entering Tour de France 2021. And last, Jim, but not least, Unwar, babysitting callers that don't have the self-control to stay sober while waiting on hold. Deuces, Jim.
Rack him. That was at least 3 shots at Jerome without mentioning him by name. And then promising he will get to that a little bit later on, but that's not the purpose of his call. He wanted to call and talk about Tyler Herro. I said that I know what this call is going to be about because I know that story. And he actually went the other way with it. I thought that he maybe would fall in line with a lot of other Wisconsin fans that are really unhappy to see Tyler Herro doing what he's doing because the way he told that story was accurate. He was a commit to Wisconsin. He was from Milwaukee. It's what he dreamed, like everybody in his position would dream of, going to Madison. And then Cal comes in and swoops right in and gets him to go to UK. And Wisconsin fans not happy about that. Now, we're a part of that Badger family now. I am now a part of the Badger family. I went to UC Santa Barbara, but our oldest son, Jake, is now a sophomore at UW. And I've spent a lot of time on campus. I've spent a lot of time around those programs, including the basketball program. So I know a lot of the fans. And a lot of the fans are not happy to see this kid killing it. Kid's amazing. He's amazing. He's a rookie. I don't care where he's from. I don't care where he committed to. I don't care where he ended up. Regardless, rookies do not do that. Rookies do not show up like that. Rookies do not play like that. Not on that stage. This kid is utterly fearless and unflappable. And again, I want to make this point. That's not just a case of a kid who can shoot it, who got hot, and they found him. This is a guy who was second on the team in rebounds, throwing off dimes, Euro-stepping, knocking down open looks, cutting to the basket. There's nothing that this kid's not doing right now. And he's all about the right stuff. I thought Eric Spoelstra's quote about him also was really telling, that he's got this amazing work ethic. It's not like he just showed up and here he is. This guy had an up and down year. He went through a lot of different things. He had a lot of challenges, but he kept coming in here every single day, grinding out and getting better every single day. Again, the Heat culture. The Heat are unbelievable at identifying guys that fit into what they want to do. Again, only one guy on this team taken in the top 10. They're now one game away from the conference finals. On paper, quote, there's no way they should be where they are right now. Insert cliche, but they don't play those games on paper, do they? Quote, the little guy had 37. It's a bam. The little guy. The little guy is 6'6". All right, so Chris already has a golden ticket. Is his streak now like 8 for 8? I think that guy's been racked like 7 or 8. All right, y'all on the other side of the glass, you've got to get right and get on the same page. See what I mean about you, Rit? Dude, you are way too confident for a guy of your skill set. I don't know whether or not I really admire that or I really hate that. Because when you get that confident, you start saying things that aren't true. Rit's like, 7, finally. Why 7? You know who the hell I am? I'm Rit.
Mark it down. That's an H.
I don't know, Rit. I really think it's 8. You can think what you want, old man. Boss, it's 7. Why? Why, Garrett? Why is it 7? Because I said so? Hawk says 8. Rit says 7. I think it's 8. Either way, at worst, Chris in Southeast Wisco has been racked 7 straight times. At best, 8. Hey, Stucknut, I got something for you to look up. What is the record for most consecutive racked calls on this show? James Kelly, do you have a take on that? I mean, I could point to Brad or Left, but Brad's called 8 times in 8 years. I mean, I guess maybe. And then sometimes Brad even will fall on the sword, and even during the smack off. So Brad may not even have that record.